smells good in here. Hello. Got some hearts punched out. Nice. Some orders ready to be picked up. Looking good. All right. We're gonna bake some cookies today. All right, so I have a recipe, and now I need to get my ingredients together. Okay. Sea salt, baking powder, walnuts, baking soda, cake flour, regular all-purpose flour, which is in the bin, and brown sugar, white sugar, and we need butter, unsalted butter is always the best. We've got our milk chocolate high quality chips and our dark chocolate couture chips as well that we're putting in this recipe. I really want these cookies to look amazing, so we're gonna make them super big. All right. What else do I need? I think that's going to do it. Eggs. That's also what I need. Okay. All right. So we got to cream our butter first. We need 1 cup of butter, and we need 1 cup of brown sugar packed, and 1 cup of, or half cup of white sugar packed. So we will get this started. Okay, so 1 cup of butter is basically a half a brick. This butter is unsalted and soft. Boom. All right, let's put our paddle attachment on and get this a little bit soft. Get out our sugar. looking for 1 cup of packed sugar. I'm using this extra dark stuff because I want these to be full of flavor. Calls for 1 packed cup of brown sugar. There. 1 cup of packed brown sugar. Let's add that in. There we go. We'll continue on while we get our white sugar ready. We only need 1/2 cup of the white sugar. So we got our little half measurements inside so we can see. And there we go, 1/2 cup of white sugar added in. Now I'm going to get a spatula and we'll scrape that. Make sure we get all the butter off the sides. All right. Let's scrape down the sides and see where we're at here. So this recipe I actually sourced after looking long and hard for one of the best chocolate chip cookie recipes there are out there. I found this one. A little Korean bakery in Seoul, Korea makes these amazing chocolate chip cookies using cake flour and all-purpose flour. And their method looked very simple, but the cookies looked amazing. So this cookie is inspired by our friends in Korea, and I'm going to call this cookie my beautiful Seoul chocolate chip cookie, or maybe my beautiful Seoul Korean chocolate chip cookie. I want these to be amazing. I won't settle for anything less than amazing. All right, let's get this back to mix up the rest of the butter I pulled from the side. And then we can move on to our eggs and our vanilla and then flour. So once this is incorporated enough and I don't see any more butter, the sugar is basically dissolved in the butter, I'm going to add my eggs. Now this recipe calls for 2 large eggs. So I'm going to add them one at a time. And once I can't see any more of the egg and it's incorporated, I'll add the next one. There we go. Second egg in. Now it's time to add our vanilla. I'm using a clear vanilla. I buy this special for our icing so it doesn't turn it dark. This is 1 cup of vanilla. I'm sorry, that's not a cup. That is a tablespoon. So that was a tablespoon of vanilla. Now I will let that all incorporate. Give the sides a little scrape. You want to make sure your eggs are room temperature. All the recipes I looked at, that was an important thing. Even though we plan to chill this dough, we still want the eggs to be room temperature. All right. You'll notice the texture, and that is from the very dark sugar. It was a little bit more granulated. It was bigger pieces, I guess, than the other white sugar. So that's why you get this look to it. It's very textured. Still delicious. Okay, I'm gonna let that continue on, and then I'm gonna measure up my flour, my baking powder, my baking soda, and what other little goodies I have here. Okay, we are at the stage where we're going to add our flour. So we want to add our flour in thirds, and I'm going to start by measuring 1 cup of all-purpose flour. So I have 1 cup of all-purpose flour. I'm going to put it in the sifter. And we are just going to put some air into this flour. Next, we are going to use actually 1.5 cups of the cake flour. So that's 1 cup. And 1/2, which I do have 1/2 cup here. Okay. And I'm going to add another 1/2 cup of the all-pea as well, the all-purpose. Okay, looking good. So now we need our teaspoon. Yes, a teaspoon, not a tablespoon. This is a tablespoon. So we got a teaspoon of our baking powder. And then we have a teaspoon of cornstarch, baking powder, baking soda. It does call for a half teaspoon of the baking soda, so we'll put that in. And then we need the cornstarch, which I will grab. Okay, and yes. There. Cornstarch. All right, so now that we have all this together, it also requires some salt. It's a half teaspoon of salt. There we go. Now we have all this mixed together. We're going to add it in slowly to our sugar and butter mixture. Let that incorporate. Now a little more. Looking good. And then we can a little more. It's looking very cookie doughy. Boy, I hope this is good, Becky. Oh, it's a chocolate chip cookie. How could you go wrong, right? All right, we're gonna add the last little bit. Woo. I'm gonna scrape it down and then let it. I can still see some wet parts. Oh, it's very, very cookie doughy. Oh, it smells lovely. We haven't even put in the good stuff yet. Oop. Off pops the paddle. There we go. All right, let's give that another minute or two. We don't want to over mix. All right, now this is the part where we want to add in our nuts and chocolate. So for that, let me just clean up some of this mess here. All right, so we're going to add some walnuts. Let's say 1 cup of walnuts. Whew. 1 cup of walnuts. I'm gonna lock this down. And then I'm gonna add the chocolate chips. almost a cup because I'm going to add some more chocolate of the couture stuff. So almost a full cup. And then this chocolate, dark chocolate couture stuff is going to be lovely, but I need to chop that up a little more. I know, it's not the right knife to be doing this kind of work. But I just wanted to give it a rough chop. How you making out, Becky? You're okay? Yeah, maybe I should be using the better knife for this. So your mom's watching Ella today?
Yep.
That was nice. Okay. I think we got some nice big chunks. I'm going to stir that chocolate and walnut in there. This is the knife I should be using. Okay, the good chocolate is perfect. Ready to go in. Let's see how we're making out here. Ooh, looking good. All right, Seoul, Korea. Let's just see how this cookie holds up. Okay, we got the rest of the chocolate in. Give it a little stir. Wow, that is going to be one chocolate cookie. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to scoop this onto a tray and put it in the fridge to chill for 30 minutes before we bake a batch. Actually, this is the kind of dough that should be chilled overnight, but I'm too excited. I don't know. We're going to scoop it anyways. Ooh, lots of goodness on there. Okay. Let's get a scoop and a tray, and we will scoop this into cookie forms. Wonderful. Okay, so what I did was I got our green scoop, and this is 4-ounce cookie. So we are going to scoop all our cookies, roughly 4 ounces. It's much better to scoop your cookie dough, even if you intend on putting it in the fridge or freezing it, because it's harder to get a good cookie shape, and to scoop it from a dough that's been cold, chilled, frozen, whatever the case may be. We're going to see how many cookies we get from this recipe. can't tell you how excited I am to try this. They look amazing. The dough smells amazing. And it looks like we are not going to get 12. Maybe. Really stir this good. Alright, I have scraped everything out I possibly can. That is pretty much a full scoop. Maybe I will scrape the scoop a little bit here too, just to get every single bit of this cookie. And that's a lot of dough with nothing in it, so I'm going to add some chocolate chips into the top of this because I feel like it missed out. There. Lovely. Okay, so this cookie dough is ready to chill or bake. So from this recipe, I am getting 12 cookies. So I gotta figure out what to charge for each cookie to be able to make some sort of a meaningful bottom line off them. If they're not profitable, then they're not worth making as yummy as they are. So we are going to bake them and I will show you the finished product. Okay, these got baked at 325 for 16 minutes. We turned the tray once to make sure that it was getting even color all the way around. We have just sprinkled a little bit of sea salt on them when they came out the oven. And this is what they look like cut. Ooh, I can't even tell you how good these taste. You're gonna have to come in and try one. But we are very, very happy with the way they turned out. My beautiful Seoul Korean cookie. Only here at Sugar City Cupcakes. Such bright colors. All right, let's get these out on the shelf. My beautiful Seoul Korean cookie. Chocolate chip and walnut. Beautiful.